Zdravíčko, vítám z mého dalšího let's play ze hry Skyrim. Vlastně dáme malý saveík. Nacházíme se právě v Markartu u poskání pevností a máme teda jít za magičem tady jiným. Vždycky jsou ty logovací obrazovky, co jsem viděl vlastně teď, ale tak neradu toho mluvím. Že se párkrát stalo, že se nahrávání vyplo, pak se znovu zaplo, jakmile už zase se to načetlo. No, takže tady je ten čárifuk Kacelmo a ten nám nějak pomůže vlastně to přeložit.
Look, I have things to study. What is it? Then you were well informed. I am at this very moment on the cusp of completing my magnum opus on the subject. I'm calling it Calcelmo's Guide to the Former Tongue. It will revolutionize the way we understand those ancient beings. Preposterous! That research represents years of personal toil in some of the most dangerous Dwemer ruins in Skyrim. You must be mad to think I'd allow anyone to see it before it's completed. What kind of a mentor would I be if I denied a potential student a glimpse at his master's ingenuity? Here, this key will provide access to my museum. Feel free to browse for as long as you wish.
No, vidíš, to
However,
jde.
I must insist that my laboratory remains strictly off limits.
Tak, počkat.
Wait, I know you.
Trochu. Aha, jo, počkat. Teď jsme nějak mlátí dva questy, takže toto vypnu. Jo, svidí, no to taky nevím, kde je. Tady v rodině Černošípku, tam je jeden zavřený ve vězení, nevím za co, ale on pátrá, protože svidí.
The Dwemer Museum isn't open to anyone without the court wizard's permission. Because Calcelmo doesn't want anyone to go in. He runs the museum. He makes the rules. You have a problem with that? Go talk to him. You'll find him in front of the ruins during the day, just down the tunnel.
A já tam mám jít.
Wait. I know you. There's no mistake. You're a wanted woman. All right. But you just watch yourself. Next time I might not be so lenient.
Já se s tebou nebudu bavit, jestli tam můžu jít nebo nemůžu, protože tam můžu jít. Tak nedržkuj.
What a waste. There must be a dozen men up there. Yeah. Calcelmo called in his entire expedition team. He said he needed every man he could get to protect his research.
Takže tady máme Dwemerské muzeum. Jak vidíte, tady ten malý trpasičí hajzl, pavouk. Farmerská bedna. Velký
I'd be a
samohyb.
lot warmer and a lot happier with a belly full of need.
Mám jít přímo za nosem, no OK.
You heard me, Captain. Our work must not be disturbed. Kill any intruders on sight. Call for backup if you need it, but let no one through.
As you say, sir.
Do prdele, tady to bude vypadat asi na boj. Tyč ovládání pavouků, hezky. A Incantarův laboratorní deník, to si vezmeme. Co takový vášnivý sběratel všech písemností, které nemám. A tohle rozhodně nemám. Ty vole.
Intruder! Help! Is someone there?
No, vůbec nevím, jestli neměl zabít, ale jako když chtěli zabít oni mě, tak proč by neměl chtít zabít já je. To je taková jako normální logika. Vole. Si fakt nepamatuju, jestli dělám dobře nebo dělám špatně, ale se uvidí. No, ty knihy nejspíš mám, a když ne, tak se sem pro ně vrátím někdy v budoucnu, možná. Ale teď mám mnohem důležitější úkol. A sice... Klíče nebudu už sbírat, nebudu si ale jejich zásobu. Dobře, já.
Is someone there? Back up! I need some help in here!
Do ručičky. Nemají se ani nic pěkného. To je jako ty ocelové zbroje nikoho nenadchnou, bych se sadil. Ale kurňa, co tady jako má být jako čaroděj úšpěch, jako...
Over here! Hurry!
Jsem... Jako popravdě... Neměl jsem za to, že tady jako budou takové boje. Nechuádzel, ten si vezmu. A to si nech. Zkrátka, dobrý. Na chvíli jsem se lekl, že jdu špatně. A ne, jdu dobře. A to, co hledám, je už tady kousek nahoru. A tady by měl myslím být i benzín kámen. Truličko se to vyukrývá. Hovno, ale pomohlo mi to na level. To si dělá prdel. A co potřebuji jako... No, asi nějaký papír. Jo, asi třeba nějaký uhlík nebo něco takového, že? Počkej, vzpomínám dobře. Dřevěné uhlí, výborně. Tak.
You're torn! Now you're mine.
Tak, co jsme chtěli, to máme. Ty jo, to je výhled. Harry, už jsem až nahoře. Já nevyskočím. Ale tady je zkratka, a počkej, to máme jít, jo. Ty vás... Já už jsem se bál, že se fakt jako regulárně tady rozbiju o to. No, tak to byl regulární útěk. A teď zpátky teda.
Just say the word if you need a drink or something to eat.
The mages don't let us call it. They said it's not safe in there.
Ale Karlia tu je. Počkat.
Back, eh? And how was our friend Caselmo?
We haven't much time for discussion. But what did you need?
Was there something else? I suppose it would be inappropriate of me to ask how you obtained this, so I simply won't. A rubbing, eh? Odd. I expected notes. I understand. Now, let me take a good look at this. Over here, please. This is intriguing, but highly disturbing. It appears that Gallus had suspicions about Mercer Frey's allegiance to the Guild for months. Gallus had begun to uncover what he calls an unduly lavish lifestyle replete with spending vast amounts of gold on personal pleasures.
Does the journal say where this wealth came from?
Yes, Gallus seems certain that Mercer had been removing funds from the guild's treasury without anyone's knowledge.
Anything else, Enther? Anything about the Nightingales?
Yes, here it is. The last few pages seem to describe the failure of the Nightingales, although it doesn't go into great detail. Gallus also repeatedly mentions his strong belief that Mercer desecrated something known as the Twilight Sepulchre.
Shadows preserve us. So it's true.
I'm not familiar with the Twilight Sepulchre. What is it? What's Mercer Frey done?
I'm sorry, Enther. I can't say. All that matters is we deliver your translation to the guild immediately. Farewell, Enther. Words can't express.
It's all right, Carlia. You don't have to say a word.
Hmm? Hmm?
Listen, all I want is the truth to be revealed to the guild. They respected Carlia, and she deserves better. Do whatever you can, and I'd consider it a personal favor. If trying to rid yourself of stolen goods becomes a burden and you find yourself in Winterhold, visit me at the college. I've been known to handle items of questionable interest from time to time, and I'll see what I can do. If you have further need,
we must hasten to Riften before Mercer can do any more damage to the guild. You've come this far, so I see no harm in concealing it any longer. The Twilight Sepulchre is the temple to Nocturnal. It's what the Nightingales are sworn to protect with their lives. Everything that represents Nocturnal's influence is contained within the walls of the Sepulchre. Now it seems Mercer's broken his oath with Nocturnal and defiled the very thing he swore to protect. I felt the same way when Gallus first revealed these things to me. I think given time you'll understand what I mean. As a Nightingale, I've been sworn to secrecy regarding the Sepulchre. I know the guild doesn't do much to foster faith, but I'm going to have to ask that you continue to trust me. I'll make for Riften and scout the situation, see if I can discover what Mercer's up to. When you're ready, meet me at the Ragged Flagon. In the meantime, I wanted you to have this. It belonged to Gallus, but given the circumstances, I think he'd approve. If the guild isn't willing to listen to reason, you might have to.
I'm always on the lookout for all sorts of goods. Bring me whatever you...
Slavíci ostří jsme získali teda. Je to taková pěkná 597 poškození. Jo vlastně, jo.
Fine, and I'll see what I can do.
No, myslím, že jednoruček a luků jsme měli dost, tak na chvíli budeme bojovat s tímto.
Just say the word if you need a drink or something to eat.
The mages don't let us go in the college.
So did Delvin send you again, or...? Hey, watch it!
Takže jo, takže jsme Riften. Nakopat Mercerovi prdel. Počkat. Rozbít žbánu, jo, to je ta hospoda, takže... Takže klasika Port Riften, ne cechu zlodějů. A, tak ne, kecám blbosti. Takže to je zase uvčerý a žihadla. Takže ano, měl jsem mít portent cechu zlodějů, sukokot. A co já dělám, pane bože? Pojď. Zablokovaný vstup? Co se kurva děje? Tady ty je mrtvý to nic, to už jsem zabil už kdysi.
I'm glad you're here. I think some of these people are beginning to suspect who I am. Are you ready to face the guild? Keep your eyes open. I'm not sure what to expect when we enter the cistern.
No, schováme zbraně, to vypadá příliš vyzývavě. Kudlo, ty se uklidní, nedělej nic. Když si tady pijte, hodujte, jo. Varování, včasná nabídka. Si potom přečtu.
You better have a damn good reason to be here with that murderer.
Please, lower your weapons so we can speak. I have proof that you've all been misled.
No tricks, Carlia, or I'll cut you down where you stand. Now what's this so-called proof you speak of?
I have Gallus's journal. I think you'll find its contents disturbing.
Let me see. No, it can't be. This can't be true. I've known Mercer too long.
It's true, Brynjolf. Every word. Mercer's been stealing from the guild for years, right under your noses.
There's only one way to find out if what the lass says is true. Delvin, I'll need you to open the vault.
Wait just a blessed moment, Bryn. What's in that book? What did it say?
It says Mercer's been stealing from a vault for years. Gallus was looking into it before he was murdered.
How can Mercer open up a vault that needs 2 keys? It's impossible. Could he pick his way in?
That door has the best puzzle locks money can buy. There's no way it can be picked open.
You didn't need to pick the lock.
What's she on about?
Use your key on the vault, Delvin. We'll open it up and find out the truth.
I've used my key, but the vault's still locked up tighter than a drum. Now use yours.
By the 8th, it's gone. Everything's gone. Get in here, all of you.
The gold, the jewels, it's all gone.
That son of a bitch. I'll kill him.
Vex, put it away, right now. We can't afford to lose our heads. We need to calm down and focus.
Do what he says, Vex. This ain't helping right now.
Fine. We do it your way. For now.
Delvin, Vex, watch the flagon. If you see Mercer, come tell me right away.
Still have quite a good bit of jobs available, if you're looking for some extra coin.
If I see Frey,
Look,
I'll pluck
before
his
I help
eyes
you
from his
track
skull
Mercer
with my
down,
bare hands.
I need to know what you learned from Carlia. I mean, everything. Aye, I feared that was the case. From that last entry in Gallus's diary, it looks like he was getting close to exposing Mercer to the Guild. Anything else? What? Nightingales? But I always assumed they were just a tale. A way to keep the young footpads in line. Was there anything else she told you? Trying to make Mercer look bad in front of Maven, eh? Clever lass. Was there anything else? Then I have an important task for you. I need you to break into Mercer's home, and search for anything that could tell us where he's gone. Aye. A gift from the Blackbriars after they kicked the previous family out. Place called Riftweald Manor. He never stays there, just pays for the upkeep on it. Hired some lout by the name of Vold to guard the place. Be careful, lass. This is the last place in Skyrim I'd ever want to send you. Just find a way in, get the information and leave. And you have permission to kill anyone that stands in your way. Good question. I've only set foot inside a few times myself, and that was in Mercer's company. If you can get past his trained watchdog, I think your best bet might be the ramp to the second-floor balcony in his backyard. No. It's some sort of crazy contraption Mercer commissioned for quick escapes. I'd wager a well-placed shot at the ramp's mechanism would lower it in a hurry. Better question would be, what did he leave? Mercer took everything. Even all of our plans are gone. Before Mercer took over, Gallus started collecting every bit of material he could on locations the Guild could heist. Museums, keeps, estates, you name it. By the time Mercer took over the Guild, we must have had a few dozen. I don't have a clue. That door is impenetrable. Without 2 keys, it's impossible to open. I have a key, Delvin has a key, and Mercer has a key. That's it. There are no other copies. Huh, that'd be Vold. A real piece of work, that one. Mercer's holding something over his head, keeping him loyal. Talk to Vex. She used to know him very well, if you catch my meaning. Careful at Mercer's place. I don't want to lose anyone else at that madman.
No tak, ze zvědavosti se za to zeptáme teda Vex.
Need to stay focused in case Frey comes back. That pig? Oh, I have info on him. More than you care to know. Vold? Good side? Think you have the wrong person. The only thing Vold understands is gold. A man after my own heart. Sure, but he'll ask for a whole lot. I mean, you are asking him to betray Mercer Frey. Your best bet would be to erase his debt with Maven Blackbriar. If you talk to her, she might be able to give you the details. Of course, you could just run him through and take what you need off his corpse. I could care less. While you're in there, help yourself to anything in Frey's manor. I would.
Takže buď tam, anebo si promluvit s Maven. A já na Maven seru.
Thought I heard something.
Tak zezadu. Jo, tady by to šlo. Na to. A luk, kde máme luk? Pic. Tak, super.
Is someone there?
Jen ty dveře otevří, hele bych myší v oku.
Time to end this.
Tak do krku. Taky možnost. Tu nic. Kurvo. Zase. Aha. Seznam na nákup. Mléko, sýr, tuříny, vypalující činidlo, co to kurva je? Vejce, mouka, sýr, Tady není žádný secret. Fuj. Jau. Jedna pás za druhou. Ještě taký armor, ty vole. Ledobíjec, ten si vezmem. A proč? Protože to má pěkný název. Diamant, to je takový pěkně. To všechno máme. Sklepení krysí díry.
Anyone there? Huh?
Nevím, jestli mám bojovat, ani prodávat, nebo musím stejně nic. Takže on měl taky tunel, když tam musel si nějak asi vyskačit. Přímo odsud až do jeho baráku. Výborně on.
We've scoured the town and I've spoken to every contact we have left. No sign of Mercer. Any luck on your end? Shore's beard. He's going after the eyes of the Falmer? That was Gallus's pet project. If he gets his hands on them, you can be certain he'll be gone for good, and set up for life. Agreed. He's taken everything the guild has left, and to go after one of the last greatest heists is just an insult. I've spoken to Carlia, and made amends for how the guilds treated her. Now she wishes to speak with both of us. Quickly, we have no time to lose. Until next we meet, lass.
Do anything for you?
Dipper, the fleet. The only man who's foolish enough to name himself after his bedroom.
I promise you, all your questions will be answered. You just have to trust me.
Not now, lass. Carlia said it was important.
All right.
Brynjolf, the time has come to decide Mercer's fate. Until a new guildmaster is chosen, the decision falls to you.
The last two you set up.
Aye, lass. And I've come to a decision. Mercer Frey tried to kill both of you. He betrayed the guild, murdered Gallus, and made us question our future. He needs to die.
We have to be very careful, Brynjolf. Mercer is a nightingale, an agent of Nocturnal.
Then it's all true. Everything I heard in the stories. The Nightingales, their allegiance to Nocturnal, and the Twilight Sepulchre.
Yes. That's why we need to prepare ourselves and meet Mercer on equal footing. Just outside of Riften, beyond the southeast gate, is a small path cut up the mountainside. At the end of that path is a clearing, and an old standing stone. I'd ask you both to meet me there.
Yeah, you need something?
Jak si přeješ, Carlio? No nic, vyběhneme z tohoto. Z Riftenu a oběhneme to dokola. To bude asi nejrychlejší cesta a nejlepší. No tak, už ale bys to mohl hejbat. Trvá to dlouho.
Thanks again for helping reopen the East Empire Company. Gonna have them import some of that aged bread and cheese.
Tak, hezky doleva, přes vodu. Jinak tohle je můj barák. Akorát vstup z boku. Ještě by to tady má nějak proběhnout k tomu. Šo? Tak pěkně. Za chvíli už budeme na souši. No tam už to pofrčí jinak. Ty vole. Také porty bych chtěl taky umět.
I'm glad you're here. This is the headquarters of the Nightingales, cut into the mountainside by the first of our kind. We've come to seek the edge we need to defeat Mercer Frey. If you'll follow me, I'll try to explain on the way. Dallas, Mercer Frey and I were once members of what's known as the Nightingale Trinity. The Trinity disbanded 25 years ago when Mercer Frey betrayed us by slaying Gallus and dumping his body in the ruins of Snowvale Sanctum. Indirectly, the Trinity is usually selected from the ranks of the Guild, although its existence is a closely guarded secret. The Nightingales protect the Temple of Nocturnal, a place known as the Twilight Sepulchre. She's the mistress of night and darkness, and the patron of every thief in Tamriel. Nocturnal isn't one for worship and reverence. There are no priests and no sermons, no services and no alms. She influences our luck, and in return, demands payment. You're closer to understanding than you realize. The only difference is she doesn't demand payment in the traditional sense, and sometimes the cost can be quite high. Whether you know it or not, Nocturnal dictates how well we perform as rogues. Again, you have to think differently. Haven't you ever noticed how our luck behaves? Like a novice picking an impossible lock, or a blind man suddenly turning to face you as you reach for his pocket. It's through these subtle means that Nocturnal influences us. Nocturnal's whim is the greatest mystery to everyone. There have been volumes written on the subject. Does she exact payment when we die? When we suffer, does she revel in our misery? No one knows. The return certainly seems worth the risk, though. From the moment you were struck with my poisoned arrow at Snowvale Sanctum, my path changed its course. Perhaps I couldn't bring Mercer back alive, but together, we were able to clear my name and to put Gallus's memory to rest. I'd always intended Mercer's fate to ultimately be decided by the Guild, and it seems they've spoken. It's my hope that you will, yes. This way, please.
So this is Nightingale Hall. I heard about this place when I joined the Guild, but I never believed it existed.
The assumption that the Nightingales were just a myth was seeded within the Guild on purpose. It helped divert attention from our true nature. What's wrong, Brynjolf? I can almost hear your brow furrowing.
I'm trying to understand why I'm here, lass. I'm no priest, and I'm certainly not religious. Why pick me?
This isn't about religion, Brynjolf. It's business. This is Nightingale Hall. You're the first of the uninitiated to set foot inside in over a century. Now, if you'll both proceed to the armory to don your Nightingale armor, we can begin the oath.
I think we should trust the last deal.
You appear hesitant to don your Nightingale armor. What's troubling you?
I think we should trust the lass and take the deal.
You appear hesitant to don your nightingale armor. What's troubling you?
No tak jo, to oblečím. No to až proč, protože tak to nebude mít žádný toto. Žádný armor, no víš co. 5400, ty vole. 1200, 1900.
This is enough to make your head spin, eh?
Jaké se dá převlékat?
You appear ready for the oath.
Nechci, že můžu, napiš. Půjdu za tebou kousek, tě nevzrušuje a nenapadá se mnou mluvit.
Okay, lass. We've got these get-ups on. Now what?
Beyond this gate is the first step in becoming a nightingale.
Whoa there, lass. I appreciate the armor, but becoming a nightingale? That was never discussed.
To hold any hope of defeating Mercer, we must have Nocturnal at our backs. If she's to accept you as one of her own, an arrangement must be struck.
What sort of arrangement? I need to know the terms.
The terms are quite simple, Brynjolf. Nocturnal will allow you to become a nightingale and use your abilities for whatever you wish. And in return, both in life and in death, you must serve as a guardian of the Twilight Sepulchre.
Aye, there's always a catch. But at this point, I suppose there isn't much to lose. If it means the end of Mercer Frey, you can count me in.
What about you? Are you ready to transact the oath with Nocturnal?
Samozřejmě.
Good. After I open the gate, please stand on the western circle.
Time's wasting, and Mercer's still out there. Let's get this show on the road.
We'll speak when the oath is complete. I call upon you, Lady Nocturnal, Queen of Murk, and Empress of Shadow. Hear my voice.
Ah, Carlia. I was wondering when I'd hear from you again. Lose something, did we?
My lady, I've come before you to throw myself upon your mercy, and to accept responsibility for my failure.
You're already mine, Carlia. Your terms were struck long ago. What could you possibly offer me now?
I have two others that wish to transact the oath, to serve you both in life and in death.
You surprise me, Carlia. This offer is definitely weighted in my favor.
My appetite for Mercer's demise exceeds my craving for wealth, Your Grace.
Revenge. How interesting. Very well. The conditions are acceptable. You may proceed.
Lady Nocturnal, we accept your terms. We dedicate ourselves to you as both your avengers and your sentinels. We will honor our agreement in this life and the next until your conditions have been met.
Very well. I name your initiates Nightingale, and I restore your status to the same, Carlisle. And in the future, I'd suggest you refrain from disappointing me again.
Takže jsme Slavíci.
Now that you've transacted the oath, it's time to reveal the final piece of the puzzle to you. Mercer's true crime. Mercer was able to unlock the guild's vault without 2 keys because of what he stole from the Twilight Sepulchre, the skeleton key. By doing this, he's compromised our ties to Nocturnal and, in essence, caused our luck to run dry. Well, yes, but the key isn't only restricted to physical barriers. All of us possess untapped abilities, the potential to wield great power securely sealed within our minds. Once you realize the key can access these traits, the potential becomes limitless. Good. Then you understand why this is about more than just Mercer's lust for power. If the key isn't returned to its lock in the Twilight Sepulchre, things will never be the same for the Guild. As time passed, our luck would diminish to the point of non-existence, and whether you know it or not, our uncanny luck defines our trade. Very true. In our line of work, it's quite rare we set out to return a stolen item to its rightful owner. Before we depart, Brynjolf has some business to discuss. I suggest you listen to him.
Listen, lass. There's one last piece of business we need to settle before we go after Mercer. The leadership of the Guild. Listen, lass. There's one... Carlia and I had a long discussion before you arrived here. Thanks to your efforts, Mercer's treachery has been exposed. After we deal with him, all that remains is restoring the Guild to its full strength. As a result, we both feel that you have the potential of replacing Mercer as leader of the Thieves' Guild. I've been at this game a long time, my friend. A long time. I've stolen trinkets from nobles and framed priests for murder. I'm good at what I do, maybe even one of the best, but it's all I know. I've never been one to lead. Never desired it, never cared for it. Don't want it. Well, we have a bit of an errand to run before your coronation, so don't get sentimental on me now. Then it's decided. When this is all over and Delvin's contacts assure me that we've regained our footing in Skyrim, we'll handle the details. Until then, we have quite the task ahead. I've been poring over the plans you brought us, and I'm convinced the eyes of the Falmer are in the Dwarven ruins at Erkenthand. Carlia and I will meet you there. Prepare yourself, lass. This will be a fight to remember. Aye, and some of what Carlia said is starting to make sense. Mercer may have damaged our reputation and raided our coffers, but this goes well beyond even his twisted form of larceny. Old Delvin kept calling it a curse, and we all laughed at him. Looks like the joke's on us. If you would have asked me that yesterday, I'd have said no, but now I think our chances have improved. Look, call me crazy if you like, but I trust Carlia. I don't think she'd lead us down a suicidal path. Besides, I'd rather die with some of Mercer's blood on my blade than spend the rest of my life regretting that I ran the other way.
No, ještě to tady vyběhnu a dní dneska završíme. Teda dneska tohle videjko. A příště teda půjdeme do toho Inkargatu, co tam budu jmenoval. A to teda půjdeme pro ty falmerské oči a nakopat tomu Mercerovi prdela. Tak. Tak. Děkuji za sledování tohoto videa a na viděnou příště.